How are you doing right now?
I'm like over the moon. I couldn't believe how excited I was walking out that door onto the stage. For some reason, I'd just been evicted. I was like,
Yeah,
woo!
I mean, to be candid, I'm surprised at that as well. I mean, you just lost out on a possible chance at $750,000, and you were beaming like you were winning the lottery. What was that? Was it just the feeling that you knew it was coming? Was it the exhilaration of being out on stage? What made you feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, look, 100 days in the house will do it to you. But also Matt and Jag, I can't really be mad that they won, or that they were left in the house. So I was happy it was those two and not someone I didn't like. Then coming out onto the stage and seeing my mum and dad in the audience who have flown here from Australia, I was dying. And then seeing Jag's family and Matt's family, it's just such an overwhelming experience. It really is. And plus, I'm an excitable person. So,
So I'm really intrigued. Jag obviously evicts you, and he tells you, "Hey, remember you made me that promise." I mean, as you're sitting there in that jury chair, I imagine there's a lot of stuff going through your head. Did you ever not want to vote Jag, or was it pretty much as soon as you walked out, you're like, "Oh, I'm definitely voting for this guy, no matter what he says"?
I had already thought about this over the last couple of nights. Like, obviously, am I going to be angry if he doesn't take me to the final two? And he kind of suggested he would, and then I thought, you know what, I'm cool with that, and I'd already decided I was going to vote for Jag if he kicked me out. So him saying that I thought was kind of clever, but it didn't make any difference. I was going to vote for him.
Yeah.
I was
So
closest with him, so.
So I'm intrigued if Jag does go through on his deal to take you to the final two. I mean, you just saw what he was able to accomplish. What chance do you think you stood? Do you think you had a shot given your own game and story to try to beat him?
Well, actually, I had more blood on my hands than Matt did. So Jag was using that as a selling point. Maybe that would have helped me a little bit. I thought maybe I could. I didn't know what Cameron's reaction would be, but Cameron and I sort of did appreciate each other. So did Corey and I. I thought I could probably get 2 votes, but yeah, I was sure that I had a lot of blood on my hands with that jury, especially kicking America out because then it was Corey in America, and I was like, oh gee, but yeah.
Yeah, so we got to talk about the Mafia. I mean, at a certain point, we had heard you say on the feeds, like, all I want to do is just get to the three with my guys. That's my team. That's a win to me. Big Brother, obviously not a team sport. So that did take a few of us by surprise. I mean, I'm really intrigued. Was that something you truly felt, or were you really gunning for the win when you made it to three?
No, so I took this game in stages. First, don't get evicted first 2 weeks. Then make jury. Then try and make it a few weeks more into jury. Because I am very much a let's deal with things as they happen. I'm an ex-athlete. You don't look ahead to the final or you choke usually. So I was like, yeah, let's take this week by week. I knew I was going to have an issue getting past the final three because they were such good mates, but I made great inroads with Jag, I tell you what. So it was close, and I could have pushed for Felicia to have been through, and I think I would be in the final two, but to me, it wasn't quite the honorable thing to do. I think he made the right decision. And yeah, so I was saying that, but I still had plans to navigate into a final two position and
Well,
then
I think
eventually win.
I think something that again sort of supported, your love and admiration for Matt and Jag is, the past couple weeks, you three had been talking about how you felt like you were the only good people in the game. I know you had said that you had felt people had cheated throughout the season. I would just love to hear from your perspective what you meant by those words.
Yeah, obviously at the start, I didn't realize that people would be in more than, say, one alliance. I thought like there would be breakdowns within the alliance, but I didn't realize people were in 40 alliances. So that was the kind of stuff I was talking about, like with the Izzy, Saree, Felicia, Mimi, all being in different alliances, and Jared, of course. That was shocking to me. And so then when I was working with people who were sticking to their vote we were under a lot of pressure with that Izzy vote, all of us, and we all made a stand. Same with the Jared vote. Once we'd done a couple of weeks of that, I felt really good. I felt like we've got people who are going to stick to what they say. They're not afraid to make a move. And also we can win comps when we need to. So that to me is a great way forward.
So do you think that people who do, betray alliances and such? Are they bad at the game, or are they bad people? Where do you sort of settle on it now that you've sort of come down from the high and being in the house?
Yeah, like I've watched so much US Big Brother, but I still didn't really. I mean, I think this season feels like everyone was playing super hard, so which is great. But yeah, the betraying, it's just not my style. I don't want to do it. If I played again, I still wouldn't do it. I like the way I played. And I think if I could have won the comps at the end, which there was a chance, then I would be in the final two. And I would have a really good pitch to win at that point. That was my plan. So
Hmm.
I'm cool with people playing that kind of a game. But look, it's Big Brother 101. You may not last when you're playing that aggressively.
From your own social perspective, I know that you felt a bit isolated at the beginning. I think that's one reason why, especially after that red blind side, you sort of found yourself gravitating towards Cameron and then eventually to Jag and Matt. Talk to me about navigating that social aspect of the game, considering how much things changed for you.
Yeah, I was obviously so mad and upset. The night of the blind side, I was just like, rah, screaming in the diary room. I tell you what, I'm sure you saw it. Sorry, parents. But then, yeah, the next day I woke up and I went, right, I don't know why. I was like, okay, we're going into game mode. I mean, I was in game mode, but a different kind of game mode. I was like, we're going to sports mode and I'm going to play really carefully with this. I'm going to pretend I don't care. And I'd already been chatting to Corey in America. And so when they started wanting to make moves, this was a great opportunity to work with. It seemed like a group that we're going to stick to their vote. And they did. And that was the way forward for me.
Hmm.
Once I've been blindsided by Felicia and Suri and Izzy, I can't trust them again. To me, that was, yeah, it was all over then.
Yeah. So, how did it feel to sort of, be able to then have a hand in taking out Felicia and Suri? I mean, I know that certainly there were some personal things involved, the whole pressure cracker temporary plan where, you were trying to intimidate Felicia. I mean, what was it like to sort of reconcile those feelings towards the end of the game, given to your point how you felt they had hurt you in the past?
Yeah, I mean, Felicia was doing she was always cooking, as in, I don't mean food. She was always cooking plans and schemes and in people's ears. So that's why we're like, well, let's bloody intimidate her. But we didn't end up doing that at all. But yeah, oh shit, what was the question?
No, just talking about being able to sort of come around on Suri and Felicia.
Oh
Obviously, a
yeah.
very complicated relationship this season.
Yeah, look, I actually really do like Serena and Felicia, and I had worked with them from day one, and I did feel a bit emotional when they were leaving. I've spent a lot of time with them, but yeah, as gamers, I thought Serena was getting close with Matt. As Jag's in his speech, we were talking about Jag and I about, look, Serena's really close with Matt. That's a threat to us. That's someone who may take him to the final two. We kind of need to get rid of that one, and then we figured we would be Felicia wasn't quite as good under pressure in competition, so we thought we would take her out the next week. So yeah, it felt good. It felt good to be in the final three once we'd accomplished all those tasks.
Last thing I want to ask, you obviously had some bombshells get dropped in the finale, both about, one of your careers as well as your age. I know we're talking a few hours after the finale finished airing. What has the reception been like amongst your fellow house guests now getting to see not the real Bowie Jane, but certainly the side of yourself that you let hide in the house?
Yeah, I mean, Cameron reckons he knew, so that's funny. Corey was insisting, no, that I'm a DJ, which I am a DJ. That's my
Yeah.
main thing. But yeah, my past has been heavy attorney, like trial attorney. So yeah, I think, look, I couldn't ever let that out in the house. I would have been evicted first week. So, and even my age, I thought the ages of the house would be more skewed younger. So I thought it would be like 20 to 25 years old. I
Hmm.
thought 45, they would think, well, we've got to get rid of her. She's too old. So so that's why I thought 35 was a good balance. But then I didn't realize Sari Felicia would be in there. So
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me and playing out all 100 days. You're a record setter. I'm not sure if you know, for most days never nominated. So
that's
that is,
amazing.
yeah, that's something to rest your hat on, your nice bucket hat on.